Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm really excited to be back. I'm going to start uploading daily here again. I just needed to take a short break to really pick up the account here. My hero abilities were really lacking, my fireball, my rage gem, whatnot. A lot of abilities that are, and the rocket spear, a lot of abilities that are used at Town Hall 17, not so much at 16. But I've been able to upgrade those abilities and they're finally at a good spot, especially with the event. So we're going to get to some daily uploads here. I'm going to show off some interesting Town Hall 17 attacks, as I'm finding that Town Hall 17 has very different attacks compared to the rest of the game, and I'm really excited to really show them off here. But today we're going to show off an attack that I have showed off previously, but I'm going to show it in a replay, doing some drawings to really show how it works. So it'll be easier to understand in this video than the previous one. So it is the furnace attack. And so let's start off. When I see this base, the first thing I'm looking for here is, you can see that we have 6 invis spells in our attack. Half of these, so about 3 or 4 of them, are going to the RC charge, and then we're trying to save as many as we can for the Warden walk. So when I see this base, I see that right here, the mortar, these 2 expos, and this wizard tower. This right here is a good place to split our warden, and there's 2 reasons for this. One, I look for a spot that I can fireball. There's 3 spots that stick out to me. One is this, one is this, and one is this. Okay, I mainly want to deal with the monolith though, because this is going to be the most annoying. So what I see here is I can take out this section with the RC. I can send my warden across the base this way, and while he's going across, I can invis spell these defenses and use the fireball here. So this gets taken out, this gets taken out, and the warden goes across. And the idea here is we want the warden to meet up with the hero dive on the other side. So the warden, when he comes, he's going to come across here and he's going to meet our heroes in this kind of area. So for the hero dive, I'm seeing that I can use the siege barrack here. Now this is a base where the siege barrack is probably worse than the troop launcher. So you kind of want to pick between the troop launcher or the siege barrack. I end up using the siege barrack here and seeing that it kind of had a free path to the middle here, which is why I used it. But if you see that like there's one army camp here, one army camp here, my hero dive is just going to go straight down a line and into the middle anyways, you can use a troop launcher if it's already being guided. But if there's like a lot of buildings that need to be cleared, trash buildings that need to be cleared, that's when you'd use the siege barrack. But I did use the siege barrack in this attack. I'm going to let the replay play out. That way you can really see. Oh, I'm still on the drawing tool here. So let's go to the cursor. So I'm going to let this replay play out and show exactly what's happening. So again, you see we take out the wizard tower, we take out these expos, and once we do that, we can recall her. We want to save some invis spells to guide the fireball. Also some invis spells to help protect him if there's a single target inferno and whatnot. And I'll show you examples where this is going to be useful. So you can see right here the funnel is split. I place a furnace down here just to clear some of these trash buildings on this side. And then we go in with the warden, 5 healers. We go in with 2 furnaces on the top end as well, just to kind of help the warden. But you're going to see that these fire mites, they'll kind of take out the entire base by themselves. The only thing is, if there's nothing tanking for them, they get killed on their way there. Ricochet cannons will kill them. Multi-target infernos will kill them. So the idea is that you want the hero dive, the warden walk. You want as many things on the base protecting these fire mites as possible. That's why we use Sneezy. We also use Sneezy to kind of help with the healers and get rid of traps. You can also see that there's 2 balloons in this attack. You should send in the 2 balloons to the warden. I always forget to do that, but obviously that's what you want to do. So, but you can see we split the base in the middle. Warden is going to go through the top. I'm focused on the hero dive now. My recommendation is you can focus on the hero dive and just look at, in the replay it doesn't show it obviously, in the game it will. You'll see the health bar of the warden. So you kind of want to focus on your hero dive and just keep looking back and forth at the warden's health bar. For example, like this single target inferno would have targeted him at some point, and we still have an invis spell. So like this is what I would have used an invis spell to protect him. It was upgrading, so it didn't matter. There was one thing that I forgot to mention actually when I was doing the drawing. So you can see how much base we've taken out. There is almost no base left. The Warden Walk is still going. He's fine. We have 2 furnaces full health. 2 furnaces full health. So these furnaces are going to go in. They're going to do so much damage to this base. To be honest, this is enough furnaces to even finish the base with the Warden Walk. But what's going to happen here is we're going to send in the RC on the back end with her rocket spear. We're also using the Phoenix, because what's going to happen is with her rocket spear, She's going to be able to take out this mortar. She's going to be able to take out, actually I will draw here for a second. She's going to be able to take out kind of all of this with the spear. And then all she has left is this, which isn't much. And that's why we have the Phoenix. If she goes into this segment, she gets killed by the single target, the Town Hall, whatever it is, she can take as much damage. It doesn't matter. She's going to have the Phoenix. She's going to get an extra 8 seconds of damage anyway. So I keep not switching. So let's go back to the cursor here. So watch what happens. We'll send the RC at the top. And again, so much base is cleared. I can really do the rest of the space with just what's left, but the RC is just going to speed up the process. So you place her down, use her ability right off the bat, and let's just watch her kind of help the Warden clear up the rest of the base here. You can see with that rock spear, she gets a lot of value, and then she goes in. We also have the invis spell, so it's like, okay, you know, we'll use the extra invis spell, we'll keep the RC alive. If I'm using that invis on the Warden, that's fine, that's what we're saving it for. If there happens to be extra though, you could always use it on the RC at the end, do like a mini RC charge at the end. But you can see, easy 3-star. We still saved our goblins, our balloons, some of our cleanup, we had our headhunter and whatnot. But let's show this attack off in 2 live online attacks. You can see how it works drawn up, so let's actually show it. Okay, quickly before I actually get into this attack, I do want to show off exactly what this attack is going to look like. Now obviously at Town Hall 17 you're going to have 340 housing space, so when I get that, the way this attack is done is going to change slightly. I would honestly say if you have the extra 20 housing space, that maybe throwing in an Apprentice Warden for the hero dive is probably a good idea. But here's what the attack looks like. So we have 5 healers to go with our Warden. We have 2 balloons to send in. That's another thing. If you want to, with the extra 20 housing space, you can throw in 2 more balloons if you want. You can maybe remove some minions and put an Apprentice Warden. It's really up to you. But when I get the extra 20 housing space, we'll go deeper into that. It's going to be 12 furnaces in the attack, 1 wall breaker to help it with that hero dive, a headhunter to help out with our Warden at the beginning of the attack. We have 5 minions for cleanup. That can really be whatever you want if you want to use archers and whatnot. We have 6 invises, 2 earthquakes to after the fireball. Your fireball, if it's maxed out, it can really just one-shot anything. But you know, at level 21, you're going to need 2 earthquakes to really finish things off. Recall, obviously, for the RC, and then skeleton spell for really whatever. The best thing is the monolith, but if you're fireballing the monolith, you can save it for ricochet cannon. And then I'm usually using either the siege barrack or the troop launcher. I'm not really ever using this thing, but it can come in handy sometimes. And then we'll talk about the clan castle quickly. So if you don't have a troop launcher unlocked, throw it in your clan castle. I have 3 Yetis in here just to help out with the dive, because these are really good. If you're using troop launcher, you can replace these with ice golems if you want. Honestly, that would really help out with the dive if you have a troop launcher. But for siege barrack, I would say keep the Yetis. Poison spell if there happens to be clan castle troops, and then I would honestly say, did not mean to remove that Yeti. I would honestly say that a rage is best here for the Warden walk, if you need to rage the healers plus the Warden. But for right now, I just have an extra earthquake because my fireball sometimes isn't good enough for 2 earthquakes, so I have an extra, and then an extra invis just for safety. And then lastly, quickly, the heroes, the pets. This is not exactly what you're going to be using. I am upgrading my pets. For my king, I would say Frosty. The queen, you can really use either the healer, you can use Diggy, but I'm using the unicorn. So I would say unicorn, I'm using Frosty, I'm using Sneezy on the Warden. You really want Sneezy. Sneezy is a very good pet, and the Phoenix. And then lastly, we want Earthquake Boots to kind of help out with some compartments, Spiky Ball, minifigure plus the 3 queens. That's just to get as much value with the queen as possible. The fireball, obviously, with the rage gem to help out with those fire mites, and then the spear to help out with the RC in the back end of the attack. So that's what it's going to look like. So now let's actually get into an attack and show it off live. Okay, so we have a great Town Hall 15 here, or sorry, it's 15. A great Town Hall 17 to show off here. I see right here the Town Hall's in the core, so the core is kind of where most of the value is on this base. And then again, I'm looking to just split this up 2 ways, so I could do this very, very easily, honestly. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do the RC down here on that Wizard Tower, take out that Wizard Tower, and we'll use 1 more invis spell to take out the Ricochet, and that's it. That's really all we need. So There we go. We'll pick her up and we'll place her down here. So the thing is with this is the furnaces just do so much for us that we don't need to stress about value with the RC charge and whatnot. The furnace is going to take out the whole entire base for us. We're just trying to help set up funnels and guide our, our Warden Walk, for example, our Hero Dive, just in the right spots. That way they can really help tank for this attack. So we'll actually place the Queen down here. We'll place a Headhunter to help deal with him as well. And here we go. We can place a King. And I would say that with how many buildings are on the outside here, that yes, this is going to be a more valuable siege machine than the Warden taking some damage here. So let's invis him. And we'll invis this, we'll invis this, we'll invis this. I think it's honestly going to go for that Inferno. It is, which is a little annoying, but it does get us the 2 fire spitters. We should be fine in the core anyways. Let's use the King ability there. That's a good time. We'll even throw in a few more furnaces. And then we can kind of just scatter furnaces throughout the attack on the sides here. So as the King tanks, we can throw down a furnace as he tanks. Warden is going to continue to do his job. We can throw 2 furnaces up here to get him through the core as well. We have a skeleton spell for the monolith on the back end as well. So I think, the Queen and the King have gone down. Not a problem. We still have the RC, and we're still getting some good value from everything else here. So I think in a second here, we're going to wait a little bit. So we'll throw down the skeleton spell now, and we'll throw down our RC in the corner with her ability, and we'll even throw down 2 furnaces to help her out. But this base is just crushed. I mean, we could probably keep the Queen alive even longer, and the King alive even longer, and it, it's even more crushed. But there you go. Base is crushed, and what I like about this attack is I find that the RC charge, it caused a lot of stress. I feel like, a lot of these RC charge attacks really count on the RC getting a lot of value at the beginning. This one's a lot nicer because, again, the furnaces just do everything for you. You really don't have to do anything. Again, we're just trying to tank for the furnaces, and so the RC is just setting up a funnel. And you can see in that attack it was as simple as just taking out 2 defenses. So yeah, let's do one more live attack on a max out Town Hall 17. Okay, so for this base, what I'm thinking is we'll take out this wizard tower at the top, this wizard tower at the top, and then we can really just start the Warden Walk from there. So she'll take out that, she'll take out that, and that's really all we need. Okay, so let's go in with our Warden right here. Our 5 healers, we'll throw down 1 furnace there, and then when that mortar goes down, or we'll throw it down right now. Okay, and I think that we're going to want to probably try and fireball the core. So let's get the expo, and then we'll get the. If he goes for the air defense, we'll do the fireball after the air defense. Otherwise, okay. So he's gonna go for the air defense. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do fire. We're gonna go invis there, in for the fireball. And boom. I mean, look at that value. We get scatter shots. We get the monolith. We get the Inferno Tower. We get the fire spitters. It is just so much. The fireball is so strong. I really love this thing. Okay, so this base, I would say, is a base where the troop launcher is going to make more sense than the siege barrack. So we'll go in with the troop launcher. We'll continue to help support. We're going to throw 2 down there. We're going to throw 4 up top, honestly. I know that seems like a lot, but we have just so many of them, and we really don't need to save them. Okay, so I'm thinking that we'll let this attack go in a little bit more. We can honestly use a skeleton spell, help distract that Inferno Tower, keep the Warden alive. And then I think we'll go in with the RC on the Warden side. Seems like the Warden needs more help than the heroes. And keep the Warden alive. Do not die, Warden. Wow, that was close. Okay, so that's kind of why we want extra invis spells. That's why the RC charge, we are aiming to keep it as short as possible. We want to have invis spells for either the RC at the end or the Warden at the end. Again, we're kind of just using 1, 2, 3 invis spells, whatnot. Okay, we're going to invis her there, keep her alive a little bit longer just to get a little more value before she has to use the Spirit Fox. To be honest, I didn't really have to do that. This is total domination. I keep forgetting to use my balloons with the Warden. You should really just use them right off the bat. There you go. Total domination to 8th space alive. I love this attack. Yeah, I love this attack. I honestly really strongly suggest everybody go out there and try it for yourself because it's just so easy. Town Hall 17 is a really difficult town hall, and the Furnace just makes it so easy. You really don't have to do anything. The Fire Mites jump in and they do the damage for you instead of having to decide what you want to use, where to get the damage that you need to get. They're just going to go in and they're just going to do what they need to do. They get so much value. You could literally put down like one Furnace right here, for example, on this base, and they'll just jump on. You know, if I put one Furnace in this corner, it'll probably take out this Archer Tower, the Expo over here. Like, it'll take out this whole corner, which is a lot of value for one. So you think about 14, how much they can do. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the Furnace attack. I have more attacks to come. I have a Super Yeti attack that's coming, and I also have a Hero Dive attack that's coming. I hope you guys are excited for those and that you guys enjoy them. But with that said, also leave comments down below if there's things that you saw in the video that you liked. I think I'm going to do more videos where I kind of draw up my attacks to really guide what's going on. I think that is really helpful. So yeah, again, thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for another video.